Hey guys, welcome to YOGALATES with SJ. I'm SJ and today we have a 30-minute workout, which is a home workout. You don't need any equipment. We're just going to start on the knees and you're starting to sweep the arms up, looking up. Exhale as you float the arms down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, floating those arms down. Inhale, sweeping the arms, lengthening up. Exhale, opening out as you bring the arms down. Beautiful. Just rolling those shoulders backwards a little bit and forwards, any kind of movement here that feels good. And then we're starting to bring the arms forward and pressing back. So inhale as you float the arms up, exhale as you float the arms back, keeping this going. As you do so, really imagining that you are using the resistance through the air. So even though there is no weight there, just imagining that you are sort of cutting through that air as you bring the arms up and as you press them back, really working into the muscles of the arms, keeping the core engaged. Everything else is still and stable and keeping everything nice and strong here. Starting to sit back towards the heels this time as you bring the arms forward and then coming back up as you press those arms back. So really imagining that you are using the muscles of the arms, so not so much the joints or the elbows. We're really using those muscles to move us here. So as you sit back down towards the heels, keeping length through the whole back, keeping the head in a neutral, and then you are drawing the pelvic floor up and coming all the way back up through standing as you start to bring those arms behind you here. Making sure that you're breathing. Beautiful work. Staying here in this high kneeling position. You bring the arms forward, the palms are facing inward. And as you inhale, bringing the arms up. As you exhale, sitting down towards the heels, elbows come into the side waist. And then we are continuing with this. So just bringing those arms all the way up as you come to your high kneeling, sitting down towards the heels, bringing the elbows in nice and close to the side waist. You've got the shoulders down. You're keeping everything moving in one nice long line. So it really is just a little kind of shifting of that pelvis back as you sit back towards the heels. And you're finding beautiful length from the fingertips all the way down to the mat here. Staying here in this high kneeling, keeping the arms raised, and then you're starting to bring the arms out into a cactus shape. Palms facing forward, drop those shoulders down. Starting to continue with that same movement, but we're coming out to the cactus as we come up, and then we are starting to bring the arms up towards the ceiling, hands come down through prayer, sitting down towards the heels, and then coming back up. Opening out, keeping it going, finding your breath here. Really, really deep breath in as you come up. Exhale, opening out, and inhale, coming back down. Just keeping those nice, slow, deep breaths, really sending all of this awesome energy to every single bone, every structure, every cell, every muscle. We are getting a full body workout today in this 30 minutes. YOGALATES workout, no equipment. You can use weights if you want, but of course you'll be feeling this without any kind of weights at all. Beautiful. We're just staying here, staying in this high kneeling, bringing the arms down. You're going to interlace the fingers, bringing the hands away from the pelvis, shoulders down and away from the ears, and we are just drawing up from the pelvic floor here. Finding that length and releasing, just letting it all go. Maybe a little twist from side to side. You might start a little washing machine motion. Just working through that waist, keeping the lower body still and stationary. And it's just the arms gently moving from side to side. Gaze is following as you twist. Twisting through the waist. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting the head and neck be relaxed here. Awesome. Bringing the hands onto the hips. You're stepping the left foot forward. We're finding a position of that foot that feels good. So we want to have some space for the hips. So making sure that you're finding your balance here through both sides, and we are making sure that knee is not going forward of the toes. So the knee is in line with the ankle. As you inhale, reaching the arms up and pressing the hips forward. And as you exhale, we're starting to bring the arms down by your sides as you just come back to your starting point. where everything is in one nice long line from the hips down to that back knee. So just finding that lengthening forward, pressing the hips forward, exhale, drawing back. Using your core muscles to really draw you back to that starting point. Using your hips to press you forward. Just making sure that front knee is not going forward of the toes. So now just framing that front foot with the hands that you're starting to lift the toes towards the face. And letting the head drop down towards the knee, finding some length through the back of the leg. And then just shifting forward, taking a little wiggle here, and then letting both knees come down onto the mat, finding the knees about hip width apart. Bringing the arms down by your sides, and from here we're going to make kind of robot arms. So the palms are going to be facing inward, and you've got the elbows in locked to the side waist as you just start to hinge with those elbows to have the forearms moving forward and coming back. So it's just to waist height or slightly higher, and you are keeping those elbows locked in the whole time, keeping your pelvis in a neutral, so you're not sticking your butt out and you're not tucking your butt under. You've got it in a nice neutral here, length through the lower back. Beautiful work. Sitting back towards the heels and then shifting forward to tabletop. Just checking in, making sure that when you look down between your legs, you can't see your feet. So you want to have those feet tucked in behind the knees. We're going to do a little press here. So starting to find a little press down, elbows go straight back, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale as you press back up, keeping the head in the same line as the rest of the back. And it's just the arms moving here, the top of those arms, the triceps, keeping the core engaged. Exhale, pressing up, power, and inhale, lowering down with control. Awesome. Now you're just taking the left hand to the outside of the right hip, continuing with your press. So it's a one arm press here. It's a very small movement. You don't need to come down very far. I want you to keep your heart center directly facing down and your gaze is down. Pressing down, just a very small little press, not locking into that elbow. So just really working into the muscles through the back of the arm, and then you are switching sides. Taking the right hand to the left hip and taking an adjustment here before starting that press. The elbow is coming straight back. So as you can see, it's a very small movement, and everything else is still and stable, trying to keep that head in the same line as the rest of the back. Breathing deeply. You should be feeling this. We are getting such an awesome workout here in this 30 minutes. The whole body is getting a full overhaul. Awesome. Bringing the hand back through center, and you're bringing the big toes together and the knees out to about hip width apart. You're sitting the pelvis back towards the heels, walking the hands back in towards the body, sitting down onto the heels. Then you're coming back up to a high kneeling position, but you are in that position, a kind of a V position with the legs, with the big toes together and the knees out at that hip distance. Sitting down towards the heels as you bring the right fingertips behind you and bringing the left arm up, and then switching over to the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm goes up. Just keeping this going. We are finding an openness through the front side of the body. It's a little back bend here. You're pressing the hips forward as you start to bring the arm up and the gaze up. Hips press forward, finding a beautiful lengthening through the front side of those hips, keeping length through the back body as well though, so you're not bringing any tension into that low back here. Lifting up and coming back through center. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, floating over. Beautiful. And then coming back through center. Let's do the other side of the what we did on the other side before. So you're bringing the right foot forward. You want that knee not to be coming forward of the toes, and you want to be around about hip width or even slightly wider apart with the knees here. Rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, and finding that core engagement. drawing up from the pelvic floor. Inhale as you bring the arms up overhead and pressing forward. Exhale as you bring the hands down through prayer, and inhale, pressing forward. Exhale, coming back to that starting point as you lengthen back up, really drawing back, using the core muscles to draw you back to the starting point, and pressing forward at the hips as you open the heart out and press forward at those hips. So just finding a beautiful openness through the front side body as you bring the arms up, pressing forward, open, 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 and exhale, drawing all the way back. Feeling nice and long through the lower back. And then we are bringing those shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, nice little shoulder roll. And then framing that front foot, lifting the toes towards the face, taking a moment here to find a hamstring stretch. You're dropping the belly, dropping the head down towards the top of the leg. Hips are square to the front of the mat, softness into the elbows. Breathing deeply in here. And exhale, 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 taking a break. So good, you guys. You should be feeling this. Doing so awesome. And we are coming down onto the forearms. We want to make sure that the shoulders are kind of in line with the elbows here, and your hips are in line with the knees. You can bring the knees and the feet together, or you can be a little bit wider with the knees and feet if it feels better. From here, we are just starting to keep length through the back of the neck. You are stepping the right toes back. You're tucking the right toes under, and you're starting to press that heel back and really find some nice lengthening through the back of the leg, and then shifting back to your starting point. We are switching sides, bringing the left leg back. Toes tuck under, pressing that heel, finding that beautiful length. Gaze is straight down. Exhale, releasing the knee back to that starting point. Beautiful work. Staying here on the forearms, we're just starting to find a little cat-cow in this position. So rounding the tailbone, bringing the chin down towards the chest, and then inhale as you find a little lift of the pelvis up and bringing the head back to your neutral position. So not really lifting the head up, more just letting the head come to a neutral as you come back up and release that tailbone towards the ceiling. Drawing the core so the navel comes all the way back to the spine as you round the spine. And then we are coming back through center. Awesome. Coming down onto your right side, and then you are pressing into your left hand and you're lifting the hips up. So we're coming to kind of a side plank here. You're dropping the hips down, and then you're lifting the hips up, reaching the arm up overhead, and then following with the hand with the gaze all the way around as you come back up. Exhale as you lower the hips and sweep the arm all the way back up, lifting the hips, and exhale, releasing back down. Hips come down, finding length up. Inhale, exhale, dropping down. So not locking into that elbow of that supporting hand. We really want to look after the joints. So just a little micro bend into that elbow, but you are letting the shoulder be away from the ears as well. You're finding beautiful length up all the way through that whole side, and then releasing back down. So we're working the arm. We are working so many parts all at the same time. We're working the core and working through those hips as well. Beautiful. Coming all the way down onto the forearm, and just taking a moment here. You are going to keep the knees stacked, keep the feet stacked. You are placing the hand to the head, that side of the head. You're going to lengthen the legs out so the legs are stacked one on top of the other, and you've got a soft core engagement. So you're lifting up out of that side waist on the right, keeping everything beautifully stacked here. You can use the left hand to kind of keep you nice and balanced here. And we're just starting to lift and lower that top leg up and down, keeping it in a neutral. So the foot is in a neutral position. The whole body is in a nice neutral here. So you're not rolling forward or rolling back. Really bringing your mind to the glute, the outside of the glute there, the outer thigh that we're working. Also the core, keeping that core engagement, and awesome. Coming to bring the knee forward towards the chest, pressing that leg back out. So it's a little leg press. You're keeping the flex in the foot. So it's like you're pressing the heel out. Inhale as you bring the knee in. Exhale as you press back out. You want to have the leg about hip width height. So we're not coming up too high with the leg. And really keeping nice and strong in that glute, that outer thigh. Not locking the knee. We are flowing this motion, but we are really, really building strength here, toning, getting all the good things, breathing in and breathing out. Awesome. Releasing that leg slowly with control back down to meet the other. Coming over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you are on your left side. You're going to press into that left supporting hand, coming up, lifting the hips, and you are bringing the arm all the way up, following the gaze, follows the hand all the way around, dropping the hips down as you release down. Inhale, lengthening up, exhale, releasing down. Making sure that the knees and the hips are all in one nice long line. The shoulder is in line with the wrist. Shoulder is not coming up towards the ears. Keeping everything strong and stable. Core is engaged. Flowing this movement. Lifting, lifting, lifting. More and more length each time. Inhale, exhale, lowering down with control. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, coming all the way around. Also getting a nice mobility into the neck here. Letting the head follow that hand and releasing. Beautiful. Coming down onto your forearm, and we are going to stack the legs, hips stack, knees stack, feet stack, shoulders are in a nice long line, and everything is in this beautiful long line. That right hand comes down if you like for a bit of stability here, bringing the left hand to the side of the head, lifting up out of the left side waist. So you're really engaging into that core, and then inhale, lifting that top leg up, and exhale, releasing it down. Keeping this going. Foot is in that nice neutral position, really letting the mind come to the outer thigh, the outside of that hip, and the outside of the glute. Breathing in, guys. Breathing out. So awesome. You definitely should be feeling this. Such an all-round awesome workout. Cool. And then we're just coming to that hip height. You're bringing the knee in towards the chest, and you're doing that press back out. So it is a press out at the heel, and you are bringing the knee in and out. Exhale out, inhale in, keeping the core engaged, lifting up out of that side waist, not dropping down into the shoulder. So you're keeping nice and lifted here. Everything is in a beautiful long line, breathing deeply, finding more and more strength. Inhale, coming in, exhale, pressing out through that heel, a beautiful line from the heel all the way out to the top of the head, lowering the leg down with control and taking a moment here. So good, you guys. Let's roll all the way over onto our backs, and we are taking a moment here, finding a nice comfy position here on your back. Probably feels really good to be on your back right now after all of that. Just hugging the left knee in towards the chest, or sort of imagining you're bringing the knee towards the left shoulder in that direction. And if it feels good, you can reach the right leg along for a deeper stretch. Otherwise, you can keep the right foot on the mat with a bend in the right knee if it feels better. Maybe a bit of movement through the feet, the toes, finding what feels good, and then letting the arms come down by your sides, maybe a little bit wider than mat width apart, and you are lengthening the leg up towards the ceiling. Nice neutral foot here, keeping the hips relaxed, and we're starting a little drop down of that leg, and then we are bringing it back up. So as you inhale, lowering down with control, exhale, powering back up to your starting point. We're using the core to draw the leg back up, and inhaling, we're still using that core as we drop down. So it's a low, slow, controlled movement down, and then you're powering back up a little bit faster, really using all of the core muscles. This time as you lower down, I want you to bring the knee in towards the chest, and then you're lengthening back up, and then you are lengthening out and bending the knee in. So kind of a nice circular motion here. Knee comes in, inhale, lengthening out, exhale, lowering down, and bringing that knee back in. Inhale, lengthen. Cool. Keeping this going. Really using those core muscles here as you do this. We're really using the pelvis and the core stability to control the movement here. So everything is nice and still and stable. It's only that leg moving. So the core is keeping nice and supported here. Navel to spine. Finding a little bit more length each time. Making sure that you've got a nice neutral pelvis. Beautiful work. And placing the foot down when you're ready onto the mat. Finding that nice connection of the foot. Awesome. Now we're going to start to bring the right leg up, and then you're bending the knee, and then you're lengthening the leg out, and then keeping it going with that right leg. So we are keeping a nice neutral pelvis. So you're not tucking the tailbone, you're not pressing the pelvis down into the mat. You're keeping a core engagement the entire time, imagining it as your core, really working this movement, even though the leg is moving. Nice and lengthened through the back of the neck. Finding that little bit more length each time, and then taking your time to bring that foot back down. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can have the sole of the left foot on the mat, and the right leg is going to be the one that we are working, or you can lengthen that left leg long for a deeper stretch. We're going to begin by starting to just find that little lengthen down of the leg, and then exhale as you power it back up. So inhale, bringing the leg down, exhale, power it up. Now I just want you to make sure that you are not bringing any tension into that low back, so you're keeping the pelvis nice and still and stable. You've got your core engaged, your tailbone is not pressing down into the mat, and it's not tucking under, so you're keeping a really, really nice neutral pelvis. Not locking into the knee. We are finding length, and exhale as you bring it up. Cool. Then next time you're starting to bring the knee in towards your chest, and then you're lengthening the leg up. Exhale, lowering the leg down and bringing that knee in towards the chest, lengthening out. Keeping this going. So we are using the core to draw the knee in, and we are controlling the movement as we allow the leg to go long and to lower down with that nice control. Awesome. Trying to keep the upper body nice and still and stable. Breathing deeply, releasing out, finding even more length as you go. Cool. And then you are taking a moment to bring that foot down onto the mat. Starting to bring your left leg up this time, and you are doing that beautiful movement on the left side. So lengthening out and then coming all the way in. Using your core muscles to draw in and to control that movement out. So keeping everything nice and still and stable. Try not to bring any pressure into those hip flexors. So we are keeping everything nice and strong here. The back of the shoulders are connected down. You've got no tension in the back of the neck. Lengthening out and coming up and bending the knee. Releasing the foot down onto the mat. Great job. Let's bring the feet out. So heel toe the feet out a little bit wider, maybe mat width or a little bit narrower, whatever feels good. We're just starting to rock those knees from side to side. You might like to bring the arms out, palms facing up, finding a nice T shape here into the arms or a cactus shape, and just starting to maybe rock the head in the opposite direction to what the knees are going. Finding a beautiful twist here into the waist, a little bit of a massage through the low back, the top of the tailbone. Breathing in and breathing out, starting to really slow things down as we start to come to the end of this workout today. And then you might just take a bit of a stretch up, reaching the arms long, fingers are wide, bringing the arms the legs nice and long, bringing the feet to the wide edges of the mat, kind of into a bit of a starfish position, finding a beautiful stretch here from fingertips all the way through to the toes, taking some nice deep breaths in, filling that whole front side body, and then exhale, exhale, exhale as you relax and let everything sink down into the mat. Just breathing in, filling that whole body with new air, all the newness, and then exhale, 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 releasing, letting any tension leave the body. We're going to start to really unwind and just take some time here to finish off. You've done so well today, you guys. You should be really proud of yourself with this workout. These workouts are all really, really effective. They are working every muscle in the body. Such a great way to tone, to sculpt, to get fitter, stronger, as well as really unwind mind and body. So if you enjoyed the workout today, inviting you to check into some of the other workouts on the channel and subscribe. We have new workouts coming out every Wednesday and Friday each week. Yoga, Pilates, and strength training at home, no equipment needed. And also, I'd love to hear how you're getting on with the workouts too. So let me know. I'd love to connect. You might just kind of have a little stretch here by taking opposite elbow with opposite hand up overhead, finding a nice openness through the back of the shoulders. Letting the outside of the feet fall heavy to either side. Any movement through the head, maybe a little rock of the head from side to side. Just starting to slow everything right down. Such a great feeling when you finish your workout for the day. You can go about the rest of your day feeling awesome. Awesome. You might just start to release that. Maybe just taking some time to bring the feet onto the mat, soles of the feet, just finding whatever feels good here. You might bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out wide. Maybe sliding the feet forward into a star position. You might place the hands onto the tummy, maybe onto the front side of the hips, and just let the elbows soften down into the earth, letting the back of the shoulders relax. Just letting the back of the skull become even more heavy, allowing the jaw to relax. Corners of the mouth softening. Maybe the eyes gently close down, or you might find a soft gaze. Starting to feel the breath beneath the hands. You can stay here for as long as you like, relaxing before going about your day. It was beautiful to do this with you. I can't wait to see you again. Namaste.